8 billion years into the future, humanity's worst nightmare returned. Towering giants suddenly appeared, and they devoured humans like snacks. Billions of lives were nearly wiped out overnight. To survive, humanity built 3 massive walls, a first line of defense, a second, a third, plus an outer barrier to keep the monsters at bay. Behind those walls, people lived in peace for over a century, but one disaster was enough to shatter it all. A colossal giant smashed through the outer defenses. Hordes of giants swarmed into the towns. They moved like starving wolves, devouring everyone in sight. A boy named Jack even watched his own mother swallowed alive. He and his sister Anna barely survived, thanks to a man named John. But inside the walls, humanity was fragile. Even in hiding, the shadows of giants loomed like the Reaper itself. People had become nothing more than food. That day, humanity lost its last safe haven. Jack was crushed with guilt. He blamed John for saving him and Anna, instead of his mother. But John's cold words cut deeper than the giants. "It's not me who failed to save her. It's you, because you didn't have the strength." Jack had no reply. With tears in their eyes, the three pressed on, hoping to make it to the first wall. What they didn't know was darker still. The government had already sacrificed the outer district. The people who lived there were just bait. Their deaths were nothing more than a strategy to draw the giants into a trap. Now, thousands of survivors were rushing toward the first defense line. Soldiers scrambled to prepare fortifications, but the evacuation ships couldn't carry everyone. Half the people would have to stay behind, left to die. Panic spread. Some even leapt onto the ships in desperation. By luck, Jack and John made it aboard. Meanwhile, battle raged inside the walls, but it wasn't a real fight. Most soldiers had little training and couldn't even strike a giant's weak spot. As the horde closed in, the gates of the first wall began to shut. Countless civilians were abandoned outside. Then it appeared, a giant clad in armor, faster and stronger than the rest. It charged headfirst into the wall and shattered the first line of defense with ease. That moment, everyone understood humanity was doomed. Jack realized he could never go home again, but instead of despair, he made a vow. He would kill every last giant. After the first wall fell, the government retreated humanity to the second wall. In the chaos, nearly 100,000 people were eaten alive. 1/3 of humanity's territory was gone. Jack and the others ended up in a refugee camp, safe from giants, but starving from lack of farmland. Food was scarce, and people fought each other just to survive. The following year, the government made a desperate move. Under the excuse of retaking the first wall, they sent 300,000 refugees into battle. That was 20% of the entire population. Less than 100 survived, but their sacrifice bought time. Enough food for the rest to live. For Jack, it was the final push. He swore to fight back, to reclaim their home. He joined the training corps, and vowed to gain the strength to kill giants with his own hands. So, let me ask you, if you lived in a world like this, what kind of person would you become? Would you accept despair, or fight to grow stronger?